So, when you think about the plant world, what do you picture? Probably, vibrant flowers, massive trees, fields of grass, all the familiar stuff.
But there's this whole other ancient kingdom of life, kind of humming along just beneath that visible layer. It's a hidden world. This realm, it reproduces in a completely different way, but it is absolutely essential to everything we see growing above ground.
And this hidden world, it actually has a name, Cryptogams. And to explore it, well, that means stepping into a world that exists entirely without flowers. The name itself is such a fantastic clue. Cryptogam comes straight from Greek meaning hidden marriage. And that name just perfectly captures their whole deal. Their way of reproducing is super inconspicuous, often microscopic, and it all relies on spores instead of the big, obvious flowers and seeds that we're all used to seeing. So what you have here is this fundamental split in the plant world. On one side, you've got the phanerogams. Those are the seed and flower producers that we all know and recognize. But on the other side, you've got the cryptogams. We're talking ferns, mosses, and even fungi. Their story, the hidden one, is what we're going to dive into.
To really understand this kingdom, we have to go back, way back. We're going to meet the original pioneers, the very first organisms to really start shaping the land. And let's start with the most familiar member of the group, the ferns.
And when we say ancient, we mean deep time. Ferns have been around for over 350 million years. They were dominating the entire planet long before the first flower ever bloomed. In fact, they formed these massive forests that eventually became the coal we use today. So how did they get so big? Well, the key was this huge evolutionary leap. They developed a vascular system. Just think of it like a plant's internal plumbing. This incredible network of tissues for moving water and nutrients around is what allowed ferns to grow tall, to reach for the sunlight, and to move into new territories, far away from a constant water source. And this right here is where we get to see their hidden marriage in action. So the leafy fern we all recognize, that's called the sporophyte. It releases spores. Then a single spore grows into this tiny, separate, heart-shaped thing, which is usually totally hidden on damp soil. It's on that little structure that fertilization happens, but it only works if there's moisture. And from that secret union, a new fern finally starts to grow. And this ancient family is still thriving all around us. In a place like Sidmouth, for example, you can find the maidenhair spleenwort just flourishing in the cracks of old stone walls. Or you might spot the really unique strap-like leaves of the hart's tongue fern in damp woods. And then, of course, there's bracken, whose aggressive spread across heathlands is just a modern-day testament to its ancient, rugged resilience. Now, closely related to ferns are these amazing living relics, horsetails. Their stems are jointed and just packed with silica, which gives them this rough, gritty texture. People in ancient times literally used them as nature's scouring pads for cleaning out pots and polishing metal. Okay, so now let's look at the non-vascular survivors, mosses. Because they lack that internal plumbing, they have to stay small and stick to damp places. But they have a superpower. A lot of mosses can completely dry out, just shrivel up and look totally dead. And then, with just a little bit of water, they spring right back to life. It's this incredible adaptation called desiccation tolerance. All right, so from the pioneers we can see, like ferns and mosses, we're now going to go deeper. We're heading into nature's truly invisible network. This is the world of fungi and lichens. And honestly, what they do is absolutely crucial for everyone. So when you see a mushroom, you're really only seeing a fraction of the actual organism. The mushroom itself is just the fruiting body. It's the reproductive part. It is quite literally the tip of a much larger iceberg. And that iceberg is this vast underground web of threads called a mycelium. And its scale, it's just staggering. This number here, 2,000, is the acreage of a single fungal colony discovered in Oregon, making it one of the largest living organisms on the entire planet. So what is this massive, hidden network actually doing down there? Well, it's performing one of the most critical jobs on Earth. Fungi are nature's #1 recyclers.
They release these special enzymes that break down dead wood, leaves, animals, everything. And they return those essential nutrients back into the ecosystem so that new life can grow.
Fungi don't just recycle, though. They also collaborate. And to understand our next group, lichens, we first have to get a handle on this idea of symbiosis, which is just a close, long-term partnership between two totally different species.
A lichen is the perfect symbiotic team. Seriously, it's not even a single organism. The fungus provides the structure, the house, and protection, and in return, its partner, an alga, nestled safely inside, does photosynthesis, creating food for both of them. This incredible partnership is what allows lichens to survive almost anywhere, even on bare rock.
And just when you think nature can't possibly get any weirder, we meet the slime molds. Now, these bizarre things aren't fungi, they're protists, and they can exist as a single giant cell that actually moves, creeping along the forest floor. And get this, they've been shown to solve complex mazes to find food, all without a brain or any kind of nervous system. Just wow.
Okay, so we've journeyed through this ancient hidden kingdom full of pioneers and recyclers and amazing collaborators. But why does any of it really matter? Let's bring it all together. What becomes so clear when you look at it like this is that each group has a completely indispensable job. You've got mosses and lichens acting as the pioneers, literally creating soil from bare rock. You've got fungi as the master decomposers. Ferns and horsetails stabilize the soil, and a lot of them, like lichens, act as bioindicators, telling us about the health of our air and water. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that cryptogams aren't just some weird little oddities. They are absolutely foundational to our ecosystems. They were the very first forms of life to conquer land. They continue to create habitats, recycle nutrients, and form these vast, hidden networks and amazing collaborations that support all other life on Earth. You know, when you think about this whole hidden world, the ancient toughness of ferns, those vast, unseen fungal networks, the bizarre intelligence of a slime mold, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other vital, overlooked parts of the natural world might be quietly shaping our planet, still waiting for us to discover them?